When you specialize in selling old and historic homes, you will hear people say things that make you stop and think, I'm not sure you actually know what that means. You hear people say, oh, that has good bones. And that it's kind of an arbitrary term. I think it's a reference to the structural elements, the actual lumber that's making up the house. But you wouldn't really know that until you've had an inspection or if you've taken down some of the plaster and actually examined the framing of the home. And if you've never done that, I will tell you, you will never see contractors swoon as when they open up one of these walls and they see a real 2x4. I mean, I could have a bikini on and they will ignore and just like, oh my gosh, it's a real 2x4. Either that or I don't look that good in a bikini. It's one or the other. It doesn't matter. You'll hear them say, just don't make them like they used to. And that's a good thing. Yeah, maybe. I mean, there are some things that just the development of code about the spacing of joists and studs that have been an improvement. But at the end of the day, our historic homes, our old homes, have stood the test of time. Think of how many hurricanes these have been through and are still here. And in some cases, that's more than I can say for some of our new construction. A lot of that has to do with the materials that they're made out of. This was given to me. This is my listing downtown, 211 Castle Street. And the sellers, they had this like lying around the house. And I was like, you guys, you got to pick up the rubble. Okay. And they're like, no, this isn't rubble. This, when they were doing one of the projects throughout their time owning it, this is from the original build. And there is a story in this piece of wood. And I want you to pay attention to those lines because that is where the story is and also tells you a lot about the quality of the lumber and the wood. Now, if I took this into Lowe's, I could not find this. Not a chance. I'd probably have a gaggle of men wondering where I got it. And it's because of so these are called annual rings. When a tree is growing, in the spring and the fall, it goes through these growth spurts and cycles of this expansion and contraction. And that is what creates the ring. So as a kid, you were probably taught that you could count the rings and find out how old the tree is. And that's somewhat true. There's a little bit more science involved in figuring out the age of lumber, but in general, yes. So what you'll notice here that you will not see in a new piece of lumber is look how close those lines are. And that is what gives old growth wood, there's old growth wood and there's new growth wood. Old growth wood, it gives it its longevity and its structure and its stability and its endurance. And so when we say these homes have stood the test of time, this is why. Again, you cannot go to a hardware store or to Lowe's and pick this up. When you look at new growth wood, which is what we're using today, the lines are very far apart. And that's because new growth wood is grown on plantations and they have to grow it as fast as possible to keep up with the demand on construction. When you have those spacings, when you don't have all that stability in the wood, it tends to rot quicker. So a piece of old growth wood, that is going to last decades and decades and decades. But what you'll find with new growth wood, that can start to rot in as little as 20 years. When a tree is allowed to grow slowly, it develops more heartwood. Heartwood is the longest lasting part of the tree, and there is just so much structure there. Comparing old growth wood to new growth wood is like comparing marble to a Post-it. When a log is cut, they can cut it quarter cut, is this really beautiful, almost artistic cutting of the wood to get the most out of it. And then there's plain cut. And plain cut wood is where we get that sort of cathedral lines that you're probably most familiar with seeing. And when we have quarter cut wood, it's more linear. The lines are linear. Well, why does that matter? Well, turn the piece of wood this way, right? And when you see that plain cut with the cathedral lines, you'll often see this frowning on the annual rings that's turned upside down. And the interesting thing about the plain cut, and especially if it's new growth, is that when moisture infiltrates wood or hits wood, they will cup, the boards will cup. And if you've ever been in a home, like some of the houses that I've explored in Detroit where the roofs have come off, all the hardwoods are like, the wood is all cupped like this. Well, wood will cup in the opposite direction of its frowning. I have no idea why, but I think that's pretty interesting. But when you get that quarter cut old growth wood with the linear lines, that is way more resistant to warping. And that's what we're investing in these homes for the future. So the higher quality wood, the higher quality products, the longer the house is going to last. And I know that it may not seem that important if it's your first home or if you don't think it's your forever home, but on a sustainability level, building homes to last is important. So when we have flippers or renovators come in, and old house lovers will just about faint if they rip out the heart pine, these are the original wood floors, and put in tile or put in laminate or for God's sake put in vinyl over it, because that wood is so precious. You cannot get old growth wood back today. So if you buy an old home and you're going to renovate, know that is like, it's like gold. Take care of it, value it. Think about when you're looking at an old house. I know that when you walk into some of these, you think, oh my gosh, it needs all this work, or there's too many projects, or there's going to be so much maintenance. But when you're an old house lover, you're here to respect the history and take care of what we can never get back again.